Even though April was a great month overall, I felt like I was having to take little sales here and there in order to make it work. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I am a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Twice a week, I bring you videos about what I am selling online. I share the good, the bad, and the ugly with you, and I share a few days at a time. This time I'm sharing April 22nd through 25th. In those 4 days, I sold 18 things, or I had 18 sales. Of those 18 sales, 8 of them were $20 plus shipping or more. Half of those were fast flips. And then there were 6 other fast flips that were under $20. And I define a fast flip currently for me, it's anything that sells within 90 days, so 3 months. I want to get my inventory in and out in that time period. I am also trying to get my overall average of all my sales to be in 90 days or less. It's just an easy time period that is good to compare. When I am looking up sell-through rate, eBay automatically shows you things that sold in the last 90 days. And, you know, it makes sense. Now, unless I'm buying and selling things that are out of season, you know, if I'm picking up the right things, then I should be able to sell in those 90 days. And then I have 4 other mediocre sales, just things that didn't sell for much or very quickly. And I share those with you as well. We'll go ahead and start with the best sales. I will go over them from least to most profit. So profit is after you take out the cost of goods, any shipping fees, any marketplace fees, promotional fees, all of that. So it's what I consider truly my profit, what goes in my pocket at the end of the day. Now, that said, I've already spent the money on these items. My cost of goods might have been spent a year ago. First in the best sales is this Chico's size 2 US large pants, so slimming pockets, straight leg, high waist, beige. I'm going to read the titles to you verbatim exactly as I had them in my listing so you can hear the keywords that I'm using, what words I think are important to include so that people can find your items in search. When they're searching eBay, when they're searching Google, whatever they're searching, you want your items to come up. These pants sold in 11 and a half months on eBay. They were a full price sale. Now they took almost a year, but they were a full price sale once they did sell. They sold for $32. In all honesty, I probably lowered that in the last 12 months. You know, it probably started off at 40 and I lowered it until it hit 32. It also sold via promoted listings. Now my cost of goods, okay, I hate to start off with this one because my cost of goods was ridiculously high. I might have been too. Now, when I bought these pants, it was during a time period when I couldn't get out and thrift. And so I was looking at all sorts of ways to find good inventory. I did one of those Goodwill auctions, Goodwill auction site. And after everything was said and done, I paid $17, which is just way too much. So my profit was only $5.80. One of my best sales because it sold for over $20, but then one of my worst sales also because of the low profit. And that's all due to the cost of goods. That's an important thing to pay attention to. It's okay to pay up for some things. This was not one of those things. That's how I go over my listings. I want to take a moment to welcome any new subscribers. I know I have been getting some. My channel is growing. I would love it if you aren't subscribed to go ahead and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. 2 in 1. Just go ahead and click those buttons right now. And then we'll move on to the rest of the video. Ariat Pro Series, size 40 button-up Cool Max Lavender Dobby Stripe Victory shirt. This sold... Why do they sound like they're mowing my backyard? Must be the neighbors. This sold in 1.5 years. Years on Poshmark. It was listed for $35. Somebody countered $25 and I was like, heck yeah, please take this shirt off my hands. Cost of goods was $10.72. The brand is what got me on this one. It was brand new with tags. It was Ariat. That's a great brand. I thought for sure it was going to sell pretty quickly. It was a larger size, which sells more quickly for me. However, it did not sell quickly. I only made $9.28 on this. I got this at a local chain of thrift stores in the Dallas-Fort Worth area called Thrift Giant. I hope that's not too loud. We got to keep going, otherwise I'll never record these because it's never quiet. And the next one was a little bit better. At least the profit was over $10 this time. It was a Denim & Supply Ralph Lauren men's size 10.5 shoes, slip-on brown leather loafer. Denim & Supply is a great, what do you call that when it's an offshoot of a brand? Sub-brand? No, there's another word I'm looking for. Diffusion line? I don't know. Anyway, it's a great one to look up. These particular shoes took 4 months to sell. That's not too bad. On Poshmark, I had them listed for $38. They sold through an offer, counter offer, till we landed on $27, and they sold 4 days after relisting. I had paid $10. My profit was $11.60. And I got these. I don't think I got these at ARC. I don't know where I got these, but I think maybe Salvation Army. Next sale is a pair of Crocs women's size 10 shoes, Swiftwater sandals, black, white, slip-on summer. These were a brand new pair of Crocs. They sold in 3 weeks on eBay, full price sale of $30, and my profit was $15.05. I had turned down some lower offers. Another pair of shoes, Maypole size EU 39, US 8 to 8.5 espadrille sandals, leather studded, black flat Spain. I saw made in Spain on there, so I looked these up. I hadn't heard of the brand Maypole. It seems to do well. This particular style seemed to be really popular last year. They sold in 1.5 months on eBay through a customer offer. I had them listed for $38. A customer offered me $25. I had paid $4.87, got them at a local thrift store in Frisco, Texas, and my profit was $16.49. Another pair of shoes, Hey Dude men's size 14 shoes, Wally Break, stitch linen, natural gray, slip-on travel. So a lot of good summery shoes are selling. These sold in 1 month on Poshmark. I had them listed for $54, and a customer was sending me offers, and we countered and went back and forth until we landed on $42. My cost of goods was $15.70, so I didn't want to take too low of an offer. My profit was $17.90. 2 more in the top sales. The next is a Knox Rose extra large dress, boho ruffle, floral cottagecore spring summer vacation. This dress sold in 3.5 weeks on eBay. It was a full price sale of $30. Knox Rose is a Target brand, which you may not think would be great to pick up. This particular brand does well though, especially in larger sizes and especially in the maxi dresses. This was a beautiful color. I loved the floral print, and I am pretty sure they no longer sell Knox Rose. I don't see it online, so I'm making that assumption that it's also not in the stores. My cost of goods was $6.48. Got it at a local thrift store as well, and my profit was $18.28. My best sale of those 4 days was a Dallas Cowboys size large t-shirt, 1992, single stitch, vintage Eastern Division champ. I am not a single stitch t-shirt expert. I am not a sports paraphernalia expert. I'm not a Cowboys expert. But I did only get this for $1 at an estate sale. I figured I couldn't go wrong. It sold in 4.5 months on Mercari, and I had it listed for $39. I had been dropping the price. A customer offered me $31, and I took that. It sold the same day as relisting, so it caught somebody's eye after I delisted and relisted this item, and my profit was $30 because this is a Mercari sale, and Mercari doesn't take any fees. So it sold for $31. I paid $1. $30. It's nice. Okay, so those were my best sales. 4 of those were fast flips, things that sold within 90 days. I have 6 more fast flips. The first one is a Carhartt Force size 34 by 30 pants, relaxed fit, ripstop cargo pockets, tan. I got these for free from my nephew. They sold in 5 days on eBay. I had them listed for $25, and a customer offered me $17, and I took it. Would have listed them for more, but these had a tiny hole in them. I found that when I was listing. I had paid $0 for these, and so my profit was $13.48. The next item is actually something I got from my nephew as well. It's an Astro Boy hat, snapback, anime cap, adjustable, Loot Crate, black, 2019. He gave me a lot of stuff from his Loot Crate boxes, and I did list pretty much all of it if it was in decent condition. I've been slowly selling through it. This sold in 2 months on eBay through a 10% off coupon that I had on some of my listings on eBay, and that sale was $15.30. It also sold through promoted listings. I had paid $0. My profit was $10.14. So I'll go over a couple of things that I just said. There's a coupon, there's promoted listings. eBay offers their sellers some features like this. You may have to have a store in order to get them. I'm not exactly sure because I have a store, so I see them available to me. The 10% off coupon is just something that I created the coupon, I applied it to a whole bunch of my listings, and it automatically showed up on top of the listing. So you would see that this item could get 10% off if you entered the code at checkout. So it was an automatic 10% off. Promoted listings is a different type of promotion. It's really an advertisement. So you're paying to advertise your items higher in the search results and other places on the eBay website than other people's items. You only have to pay additional fees if that item sells. So that's what I mean by promoted listings. The next fast flip is something else I got for free from my niece, and it's something that has sold twice. I got it back for fit and it sold again. Jean short tall overalls, size 2XL, distressed cutoff dark wash denim. Sold in 2 weeks on eBay. It was a full price sale of $15 and I had paid $0, so my profit was $11.86. I do list a lot of things that I get for free from my family. I don't list everything that they give me. My family is very practical. We are not buying designer goods. And so my sister just gathers it from her family members and gives it to me, and I sort through it for them, and I donate what can be donated, I list what can be listed, and I toss what needs to be tossed. Next item is an Arc'teryx size 32 shorts, flawed, reed, khaki tan, outdoors, hiking, camping. Now, I will admit when I picked these up, I was so excited because I know Arc'teryx is a good brand that does sell quickly and can sell for good money, but I paid $7.61 for a pair of very flawed shorts. They had some holes, some fraying, some discoloration, but these guys still sold in 3 days on eBay. Full price sale, only $10.96, plus the cost of shipping, of course. And I didn't make any money. I mean, I did. I made 86 cents. So, lesson to me, don't pick up flawed merchandise. Not for $7.61. I just saw it on the new rack, saw Arc'teryx, and I probably didn't even look it over very carefully. I picked this up when I was in Denver, so it's been at least a year, but I finally listed them after a year at least of having them, and they sold in 3 days. Got my money back though, got my investment back, so that's good. Next in the fast flips is a Patton's Classic Wool Worsted 3.5 ounce, 194 yards yarn, blush pink, 77743 medium 4. That's the number of the color. I think it's a color ID there. And I picked up a bunch of skeins of wool yarn. I will look up yarn. I don't pick it up if it's acrylic or an acrylic blend. I want to pick it up only if it's 100% wool or merino cotton or some sort of special material. This sold in 2 days on eBay. It was listed for $12 and I sent an offer to watchers for $9.60. So in eBay on your seller hub, you'll see things that say, what does it say? It says, let me look. Listings eligible to send offers. That's what it'll say. Like right now I have 9 eligible and I will send offers 2 or 3 times a day. sometimes only once, but I try at least in the morning and at the end of the day to send out offers to watchers. I usually send a 20% off to anything that's been online a while. If it's just been put online, I either won't send an offer or I'll send an offer for 8% off. So I sent an offer to watchers for $9.60, and my cost of goods was $1.50 per skein of yarn, and my profit was $6.29. Last in the fast flips is a Cato plus size 22/24W, that's women's plus size top, floral woven puff sleeve gray pullover cotton. This sold in 3 weeks on eBay. I had it listed for 20. Someone sent me an offer of 14 and I took it. It sold via promoted listings. My cost of goods was $2.71. I got it at a local thrift store, and my profit was $7.19. Sales have been pretty slow in April. Even though April was a great month overall, I felt like I was having to take little sales here and there in order to make it work. 4 more sales to talk about. These are my mediocre sales, which I gotta be honest, some of these other ones sounded mediocre too, but they sold for over $20 or they sold in less than 90 days, and so those were my better ones. This one is a Jackson Hole Downtown Buffalo Gondola Shopper Tote, hand-painted artist tourist. I got this at the bins in Dallas, so the Goodwill outlet where they sell items in bins, and you dig through them and they charge you by the pound. So they weigh all the stuff you're picking up and they charge by the pound. This bag took a year and 4 months to sell, sold on eBay. I had it listed for 16. I sent an offer to watchers for $12.80. It did sell 5 days after relisting, good to note. My average cost of goods at the bins that day was 80 cents and my profit was $9.14. So I actually made more on that than some of my fast flips and then one of my top sales because my cost of goods was only 80 cents. Next sale, Athleta size extra small leggings, all in crop, capri length, pockets, mesh, yoga, running. Oh, I stay away from Athleta these days. These took a year and 2 months to sell on eBay. I had them listed for 15. I sent an offer to watchers for $12 and they sold 9 days after relisting. I had paid $1.06. This was also a bins pickup. This was at the Denver Goodwill outlet, and my profit was $9. The Smashing Pumpkins Machina, The Machines of God CD 2000 Y2K Alternative Rock. I don't sell many CDs or media in general. I don't pick them up and list them, but I did get some for free, and this sold in 7.5 months on eBay. It was a full price sale of $9. It sold 9 days after relisting, and my profit was $6.69. Last sale, Save the Children necktie, 100% silk, teacher, education, school bus, globe, world. This is definitely a lesson to me. This sold in 1.5 years on eBay. It was a full price sale of $9. It sold 1 day after relisting. I had relisted this thing 14 times. Yeah, and it was also, this is the thing that took the longest to sell within this time period. I had paid $2.18, probably at a thrift store. It was in Denver, and my profit was $4.66. Neckties, hard sellers, really hard sellers, even the designer ones. So it's unlikely to be a pickup for me in the future. I'll never say never on anything though. You don't always know. On average, everything that I sold on average sold for $20 plus shipping or more. That's kind of surprising, isn't it? I say or more. It was $20.37 on average. That's without the cost of shipping. On average, my cost of goods was $5.14. Having those free items definitely helped me out because I had some high cost of goods. And then $11.32 was my average profit per item after cost of goods and everything. That's a number I want to give above 20. I don't know if it'll ever stick above 20 because I'm always going to have those little sales that take a while. And then the last metric is 6.5 months on average for everything that I just told you about to sell. So I could definitely do better than these sales. I can do better. Thank you everyone for returning to watch my videos. Let me know if there's anything I can be doing differently in these videos to make them more valuable to you. I do want to provide a lot of information, but I'm trying not to overwhelm everybody at the same time. So just keep listing. Bye. I hate leaf blowers, and I'd like to shove that somewhere where it wouldn't make noise.